Wonderful people, viewers and subscribers, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Some people always say you talk fast. Some people will tell you talk fast, talk faster. When you hear me, but anyway, that's by the way. The information reaching us here now is that all the enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all of them have bowed down to their feet. In fact, they are singing, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. My brother, listen and listen good, oh. Listen and listen good. Okay, let me read these headlines before I come back here to tell you what is in my mind. And then we'll read the articles. Because my explanation is also part of the news. So I'm not going to tell you now, let us go into the main reason. No. The reason why we are here have started already. Malami's bail application suffers setback over election break declared by Nyesom Wike. Okay, 117 repentant terrorists set for community return. Make sure they just help me to connect the dots as we move. DSS fixes date to arraign Malam El-Rufai. These are staunch enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why I said that they have bowed down to their feet? I saw it very clearly earlier this morning. I'm not a prophet. I always remind you, I'm not a prophet. I'm not a prophetess. I don't have a church. And I'm not a native doctor. I am not a seer. But sometimes it do occur to me. And when I see it, it happens. Early this morning, by exactly 4:31, that is exactly the time, the dream woke me up in celebration. Please listen and listen attentively. This dream woke me up in celebration. Malami, El-Rufai, Sadona of Sokoto, that what do they call him? Sultan of Sokoto. Sadona being named being a Sultan. Hope Usodimma. I saw this face is very clear. Nyesom Wike, but Nyesom Wike went to Sokoto prison to beg Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on a wheelchair. Asare Dokumbo is also among them. All of them on their feet, singing, Nnamdi Kanu is our another savior. What brought this change? I, Okute, cannot say. But it still draw me back to what I said yesterday. In the book of Bible, I don't know whether it's Psalm or Job or whatever. But I'm very sure there is a quotation or a chapter which says, hold on to your peace that I, the Lord, is going to fight your battle for you. Nnamdi Kanu have hold his peace. Since the day they declare him, guilty and sentence him to life imprisonment on 7-count terrorism charges. He have hold his peace. And since then, the God that told him to hold his peace have been fighting the battle for him. Let me also remind you that before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu embarked on that journey to Kenya, I think I have posted the video here. I have published the video. He made it very, very clear on a radio Biafra that God, I commit my spirit unto you. I have finished my job. The journey ahead of me, the task ahead of me is just about to start. I am going. Be with me. In fact, be in my front and be in my back. If not that prayer Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made, let me shock you. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have been long gone. We have long dead and forgotten in Kenya. May I remind you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was beaten to coma. He passed out 24 hours. And the guys even called a doctor to examine him. And they said, this one, Ochilo, say don't go. And they went out celebrating. Coming back the next day so that they will go and dispose the remains of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our leader, our savior, the man God sent to make changes in the polity of the zoo. He woke up. In fact, they say when they went there, where they kept him, inside a dark room, he stood up like Amu. Let me speak now. I speak in Igbo because from that banner I can't him. Nnamdi Kanu raised up like erected Amu. They were surprised. You know what they did? They have to go back. These are men who believe in spirituality. When they saw Nnamdi Kanu waking up, knowing fully well that they use electric barbed wire, electric shock, teaser, and everything you can think of to beat him mercilessly, they said, no, this is not ordinary. They have to went to consult their native doctors, to went to consult their spiritual men and women, and they told them, the person you people are holding, And if you people killed him or do anything bad to him in this land of Kenya, that's going to be a disaster. And before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left Kenya, he laid a curse on Kenya. Do you know what happened under William Ruto? Na pai. Under the same tax law where they pass in Nigeria, where nobody make fame. That is the result of holding your peace while your God fight the battle for you. This word can never fall on the ground. This thing I saw this morning is very clear to me. I saw many faces, but the ones I mentioned are the ones that face show very clear to me. I repeat myself, I am not a native doctor. I am not a seer. I am not a prophet or prophecy. I am not even a pastor, not a reverend. In fact, I could remember, yes, I work as a math server in early morning church. I work at a math server in early morning church, Catholic church. Say only morning and evening I go to serve. Say I never qualified to enter the main church, go to do morning mass, go to do service. So no problem. When I come see say politics enter church, I decamp. I left immediately. Even at my tender age, I noticed that a lot of politics have been played inside the church. The same politics that have been played in government offices and houses, where you need to know somebody before you can be able to get to higher positions. My brother, for me to appear before I will serve in the main church, because morning mass have been held in what I call it, chaplain, Abi. Before I can graduate there, my brother, I found out that even those whom I know that I'm better than, who I know that in terms of qualification, in terms of sharpness, they have nowhere close to me. But because Neha was in the CWO, Naha was only in the CMO, Catholic Men Organization, they were choosing. I decamped. Not that I decamped from going to church, I decamped from being a mass server. That does not stop me from going to Catholic then as a Christian. Anyway, let me read the articles before me here, before Marco here. Malami's bail condition don't suffer heartbreak. These are part of the enemies that appeared in Sokoto to beg Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's going to happen. If they don't beg Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Sokoto prison, all of them will enter flight to Biafra, to United States of Biafra, to come and pay a homage and also beg him for all the bad things they did to him. It will happen. In this our very own eyes, and I will be alive to witness it. The scheduled bail application for former Attorney General of the Federation Abubakar Malami SAN could not hold on Friday due to the work-free day celebration by the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister Nyesom Wike. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. From our source, we understand that the proceedings at the Federal High Court in Abuja could not hold due to the work-free day declaration. It was gathered that some of the lawyers and litigants who came to the court were turned back due to work-free day declared by the Minister of FCT. Recall that that Wike had announced a week-free day on Friday, as well as restrictions on movement from 8 p.m. on Friday to 6 p.m. on Saturday, due to the Saturday, February 21 area council elections held in Abuja. In compliance with the order, the court could not sit as expected on Friday to rule on Malami's bail applications. On hearing has now been rescheduled. Okay, the hearing has now been rescheduled for February 27 of 2026. Confirming the development, an eyewitness Ibrahim Salihu, quoted by Sahara Reporter, said, "We are live here from the Federal High Court, where Malami's court session with DSS was expected today. The judge had earlier adjourned for bail consideration, but court officials surprisingly announced today is a work-free day. Proceedings have now been rescheduled to February 27, 2026. Malami was arraigned on February 3 alongside his son Abdulaziz Abubakar Malami before Justice Joyce Abdul Malik of the Federal High Court, Abuja, following charges filed by the Department of State Service, DSS. The secret police slammed the defendants with a 5-count charge bordering on alleged terrorism, financing, aiding and abetting terrorism, and unlawful possession of firearms and ammunition. They, however, pleaded not guilty to the whole charges. Moving forward, about this Boko Haram of 18, I no go read them, but I go post them. I go post the message on my Facebook. Okay, DSS visit there to arraign Madam Nasir El-Rufai. The Department of State Service, DSS, have filed a 3-count criminal charges against former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai over alleged cybercrime and breach of national security. The agency, or rather the News Agency of Nigeria, NANS, reported that El-Rufai will be arraigned on February 25 before the Federal High Court in Abuja. Justice Joyce Abdul Malik fixed the date after the Chief Judge of the court, Justice John Siho, assigned the case to her. The charge marked FHC/ABJ/CR/99/2026 was instituted by the DSS, also known as the Nigerian Secret Police. According to the court documents, the security agencies accused El-Rufai of unlawful intercepting the telephone communications of the National Security Advisor, Malam Nuhu Ribadu. The DSS alleged that on February 13, while appearing as a guest on Arise TV primetime program on Abuja, the former governor admitted that he and his associates intercepted the NSA's phone communications. The offense is said to be contrary to Section 12, Subsection 1 of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Act, Amendment Act of 2024. In the second count, Nasir El-Rufai was accused of admitting during the same television interview that he knew an individual who unlawfully intercepted the NSA's communications but failed to report the matter to the relevant security agencies. The charge is said to be punishable under Section 27B of the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Act, amended in 2024. Count 3 alleged that El-Rufai and others still at large sometime in 2026 in Abuja used technical equipment or system that compromise public safety and national security for unlawful intercepting the communication. The DSS said the act was contrary to Section 13(1) subsection 2 of the Nigerian Communication Act of 2003. In conclusion, he linked the alleged directive to what he described as an attempt arrest at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport on February 12 upon his return from Cairo, Egypt. The development comes amid a series of legal troubles for the former governor. He was earlier detained by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over alleged corruption. Though granted administrative bail around 8 p.m. on Wednesday, he was reportedly taken into custody immediately by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC. Confirming the development, the ICPC spokesperson John Ode said in a message circulated on a journalist WhatsApp group, Madam Nasir El-Rufai is in the custody of the commission in connection with ongoing investigations. So my people, this is a few messages we have for us this morning, Saturday, the 21st day in the month of February in the year of 2026. It will make no sense if you watch this message and you couldn't share it. And all those people who pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's downfall, in fact, all of them don't fall yakata. Waiting remain now for bulldozer to come and sweep them away, because they are of no use to humanity. Have a nice day, and may the good Lord continue to bless us. Please help me to circulate this message. Let it go viral. Okay, Messiano.